Hey y'all, welcome to another What Else is Going On, aka We Go Podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. Happy Saturday evening. I was trying to play with the lighting so y'all didn't see the reflection, the glare off my glasses. So sorry about that if y'all see that. But I just wanted to come to y'all and talk about some things. Okay, what's going on in the media? Okay, let's get into it. I hope y'all have had a good Saturday. I hope y'all have had some rest if you're able to rest. For those of y'all that have kids on spring break next week, because I know there's some, it's different in every area. I know in Baltimore, I think spring break starts Monday. So for those of y'all that are used to y'all kids being in school, but they're going to be home now eating all the food in your fridge, I pray your strength in the Lord. All right, let's get into it. First up, this is just really quick, something I wanted to show y'all. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, they had a good season last season. I know me personally, I'm looking forward to them coming back. This is according to Dorinda Deadly on Twitter. The full hashtag RHOSLC cast will feature on Below Deck Under season 4 for the show's first ever Housewives crossover. Now, remember, there were housewives that have been on regular Below Deck. Cynthia, I mean, do we count Alexis? Cynthia, Claudia Jordan, they were on Below Deck. So maybe when they say First Housewives, Heather Gay was actually on. I think she was on. Y'all let me know in the comments if that's right, but I think Heather Gay. But maybe when they say first ever Housewives crossover, they mean the first ever full cast because it says the full hashtag RHOSLC cast will feature on Below Deck Under. So maybe that. I didn't know Chef Ben. Look at Chef Ben. Chef Ben, Daisy, I forget his name. He's the one that said that Ashley Darby, he wanted to get to know her, or Q or something like that at the BravoCon before last, I believe. Yeah, look at Mary. Oh, I pray that Angie and Mary's friendship does not implode. Like I'm gonna put out positive and good vibes. But yeah, they are set to appear on Below Deck Under. I used to watch Below Deck. I forget like one weekend, I think I just years ago I just binged it and I really liked it. So I used to watch all the Below Decks. But I haven't watched any of the like Below Deck Down Under. I did watch Below Deck Sailing its first season. Haven't watched it since. If y'all watched it, y'all remember the guy named Pageant? It was Pageant and Sierra. They were boyfriend and girlfriend, and they were like she was the stew and he was the bosun. Lord, I forgot the terminology. Y'all couldn't tell me that I wasn't a sailor. I had even was telling my kids, you know how much money they make for this amount of time of work? If y'all want to go see, they were like, no, thank you. But yeah, y'all. So the Salt Lake City cast, I'm gonna watch this. I need to watch this and see what's going on. Speaking of Salt Lake City, this is according to MSN.com. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Bronwyn Newport arrives late to cash trip amid identity fraud allegations. Filming is underway for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's sixth season, and an insider close to production shared a juicy tidbit from the trip the cast is currently on. The cast is taping their trip in the Caribbean, a source dished exclusively to OK. According to the insider, Bronwyn Newport showed up late to the cast trip due to all of the heat she's been receiving around her alleged identity theft. Now, I've seen that floating around for the last few weeks, but I was like, I'm not even going to really touch on it because some people are saying it's not the same Bronwyn Allison Newport because that's her name. And some people are saying it is the same. I did see that in the Superior Court, San Francisco district, if you type in Bronwyn Allison Newport, something does come up. But again, it could be somebody of the same name. We don't know, right? But let's get into this article. It's now, and they were just on a cash trip together. Bronwyn was there. I don't know if this is the same one. I don't think so, but I don't know. But it's saying that she arrived late. So, YouTube vlogger Dana Bowling, who hosts Daily Dose of Dana, covered the alleged incident that surfaced online within the last month. Bowling, who noted she's not sure if it's true, revealed that at Bravo underscore Boo on Instagram posted Bronwyn from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, otherwise known as Bronwyn Allison Newport Bradley. Apparently, she goes by both Bradley and Newport, charged with identity theft and grand theft auto in 2021. Both are felony charges. Lord have mercy. She said the Instagram account was searching for a mugshot for the alleged incident, which took place in San Francisco, but hasn't found one. I have no idea if this is true or not. But when I messaged someone that I know who is also kind of deep diving a lot of this Bronwyn stuff, I did say, hey, did you hear about this? She said they responded no, but they were DM'd about fraud charges in 2018 that resulted in her being fired from her finance job. This is all alleged, child. Now, she also said she's seeing other lawsuits and other charges related to Newport, and she's unsure if they're true or not. I'll say this, Bronwyn hasn't come out, not that I know of, and spoke about it being false. I'm just going to check real quick, but I don't, um, let's see. No, I don't see anything. There is conversation of if uh, Lisa leaked it. Then, now me looking up if she denied it, because like I said, I've been hearing about it online for the last month or so. I just haven't looked into it. But then when I saw this from MSN.com about her allegedly showing up late for the cash trip, and I believe it was on multiple outlets, I was like, well, let's talk about it. Now, if when I just Googled if Bronwyn denied it, no, nothing has come up, but the Sun has come out, kicked out. RHOSLC's Bronwyn Newport served eviction notice for failing to pay rent for Utah apartment before marrying CEO husband. The reality star had humble beginnings before marrying the multimillionaire business CEO. I mean, it happens. Okay. But let's see what they say. Years before living in the 6.5 million Salt Lake City mansion she currently calls home, the Bravo star resided in a one-bedroom apartment in Provo, Utah. According to the court records obtained exclusively by the U.S. Sun, a complaint was filed against Bronwyn back in November 2005. What does that, I mean, so are they trying to tie these two together? This was in 2005, though. The alleged identity theft and all of that was in 2021, if that's her. Um, it says at the same time the notice of eviction was initially filed, Bronwyn moved into a different address in the same part of town. Public records show the eviction court records state that the filing was made due to unpaid rent that totaled between 2,000 and 10,000. Bronwyn 39 posted a possession bond of 2,005 days later after the court filed a motion order of restitution. However, the case continued for several months and was reassigned to multiple judges in Utah. A separate order of restitution was filed by a new judge in February 2006 for the amount of $4,453.90. The bond was paid the same month, and the case was eventually dropped, court papers show. The Sun has reached out to Bronwyn for comment. Okay, this was posted April 4th. What a wonderful day. This was posted April 4th, 2025, which the story of Bronwyn has been out for the last month. It makes me think somebody is leaking this stuff. I don't care that she had an eviction in 2005. Things happen. I don't care about that. Now, I will say it would be a little bit interesting, and I would want to know what happened if this is her that was charged with the identity fraud in 2021. And again, Bronwyn has not come out and refuted or anything. And multiple outlets are reporting that she was late to the cash trip because of the heat. Now, my question is, who is she getting heat from that would make her late? Was she late because she was trying to clean some things up, or was she late because she didn't want to face the cast? Like, if this is true, who would she be getting heat from that would make her late? I don't know. Child, oh girl, they gonna bring it up. They gonna bring it up. Filming if it's you, they gonna bring it up, baby. Be prepared. Let's get into Auntie Wendy Williams. I just want to hold on. Let me see something real quick because you know how you get stuff from like I have stuff up from multiple outlets. So I wanted to here we go. All right. This is from Yahoo Life. Let's get into it. They start out, Lord in the morning. The judge in Wendy Williams' conservatorship wants all the smoke with her, and she gave it to her in court. On Thursday, Williams was in court for a hearing, and Judge Lisa Sokoloff ripped into the former talk show host and her family, TMZ is reporting. The site claims Sokoloff lit into Williams' niece, WPLG Local 10 Miami News anchor Alex, is it Feeney, and accused her of leaking info about Williams and the case to the media and threatened to impose sanction on her in the future. Sokoloff then ripped into Wendy's family and said they were no good. Now, in the article says, "Girl, what?" That's exactly what I'm saying. Girl, what? Who's over there writing for Yahoo Life? Who wrote this article? Jillian Bowie or Bowie. I'm gonna look you up, child, because I was thinking the same thing. Girl, what? Sokoloff went on to discuss Williams' career and said while she had a great one, she won't have it again and told her that her career was over and said, it's done. Sokoloff, who has no experience in the entertainment industry, left many, including Williams, baffled by her comments and hurt by what she said. We know last month Sokoloff sent an email to Williams' attorney chastising her for speaking to the press. She threatened to put more restrictions on her, including moving Williams to another facility with more limitations than the one in which she currently resides. The site claims Williams' personal attorney, Joe Tacopina, will take on the guardianship case if it heads to a jury trial. Tacopina is the lawyer who helped rapper ASAP Rocky, Rihanna's boyfriend and the father of her children, beat his attempted unaliving charges. Who are you? Like, I'm trying to figure out what her career, how her career came into play with her saying you're done. Was she trying to say that she believes Wendy is so mentally incapacitated that if you're trying to get out of this guardianship to go back to a career, you're not going to be able to do that? Because I personally think you're too incapacitated to do it. Like to say it like that, like, lady, that was so like Wendy was not having it. Hold on, because I wanted to get Wendy's response. Give me 1 second. She said it's done. Our source, this is from TMZ. Our sources say the remarks hurt Wendy deeply, and it was unclear why she said it. Beyond it being hurtful, it's unclear what expertise the judge has in the entertainment industry to make such a grim assessment. TMZ says, for the record, lots of people are keenly interested in Wendy's career. Our to-be documentary, Saving Wendy, was viewed in huge numbers, and various outlets have been reporting on her bid to end the guardianship. Wendy now has a not-so-secret weapon in her arsenal, attorney Joe Tacopina, who will take the guardianship up with the jury if the judge doesn't end it. Wow. One of the comments said, anyway, judge should recuse herself. Even if Wendy wants to spin around in circles in her mansion in front of a lit fireplace with a closed flue, she should be free to. Somebody else said, pretty obvious her career is over, but not the judge's place to tell her that. Somebody else said agreed, and judge needs to be reprimanded and required to step down from this case. Another person says we don't have a full picture of what unfolded here. Without a full picture, a valid opinion can't be rendered. And that's interesting. What do y'all think? Again, I mean that person has a point. We don't have the full picture. However, what would be the reason for her to say your career is over? It's done. Again, unless she's thinking Wendy is coming from a place of I want out of this guardianship to work again. Even then, do believe there could be a different way of saying this. I think the judge is just pissed off that this guardianship might end. That's what I think. And she's pissed off that Wendy and her niece and all them were smart enough to use the media to their advantage to get her story out. That's what I think. I think the judge feels like, how dare you usurp my authority? I definitely think that's what the judge thinks. I don't know what y'all think. I definitely think so. I was trying to decide if I was going to go into this story or not. Yeah, let's get into it while I'm here, child. According to TMZ, Toni Braxton married Birdman last summer. I just filed for divorce weeks later, but let's get into it. Toni Braxton and Birdman are married and have been for 8 months, though it seems the honeymoon period was pretty rough. According to documents obtained by TMZ, Toni and Birdman quietly and very secretly obviously tied the knot on August 8th, 2024. Now here comes the shocker. We know that's when they got married because the wedding day is mentioned in the divorce docs Toni filed 2 weeks later. Yeah, that's right. Toni's filing, which we've also seen, lists their date of separation as August 10th. So they tied the knot August 8th, 2024. She filed for divorce 2 weeks later. The date of separation is August 10th. 2 days after they got married. Quick recap. The couple holds a secret ceremony, and then 2 days later, Toni at least says they were on the outs and headed for divorce. In the docs, Braxton and her attorney called the marriage irretrievably broken. Okay, here's another plot twist. This is according to, I'm reading verbatim TMZ. Okay, here's another plot twist. Because while it seems they were headed for a split, Toni dismissed the divorce petition in January 2025, and Birdman signed off on that too. Got married August 8th. According to Toni, separated August 10th, filed for divorce 2 weeks later, withdrew the petition with them both signing that withdrawal January 2025. So as of now, they're legally still husband and wife. As for whether they're happily married, we can't say. We've reached out to Toni, Birdman, and their reps, and everyone's radio silent for now. He initially proposed to Toni in February 2018 and shortly after purchased Toni's massive $1 million engagement ring and several other pricey pieces of jewelry from expensive watches to vintage rings. Y'all remember this? Back, when was this? Let's see if it's still up there. Back 66 weeks ago, what's that, 52 weeks in a year? So, of course, they weren't married, but look at this. Toni posted on her page. It said, congratulations, Toni Braxton and Birdman married in a private ceremony in Mexico. She said, hashtag fake news. My dear friend at Birdman and I are not married, never been married. We are both single. So that was a little over a year ago that she posted that. Now, remember, let me see if I can find it. Tamar Braxton calls Birdman brother-in-law. Let's go. Well, that was back in 2017, I believe. It looks like this is according to Hot 96.9. Toni, wait, rumors that, wait, however, let's go. Toni and Birdman's relationship has been in the spotlight for years. They began as friends, and rumors of a romance started in 2016. On a 2017 episode of Braxton Family Values, Toni shared that Birdman was an undercover romantic. That same year, Tamar also confirmed their relationship on the Wendy Williams show, calling Birdman her brother-in-law. But people can say that, like, if they feel like you're going to get married for whatever reason, they may say, it's my brother-in-law or what have you. So that's not a big deal. Oh, child. Toni and Birdman. What y'all think? Y'all let me know. Congratulations, Toni, I guess. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Wendy Williams and the judge. Do you think we really don't have a valid, the full context of her saying her career, it's done? using the words "it's done," or do you think there's a even if she thought that day was a different way to say it? And do you think the judges is pissed off because Wendy is using the media to her advantage, which then may get her out of the guardianship? Sorry, I got upset. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know what y'all think about Childish Bronwyn news. They saying she showed up late to the cast trip. And will you watch Below Deck Under to watch the full cast of Salt Lake City? Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. I'm about to go eat my KFC. See ya.